Hello guys, hope you are well, and we are back with our new tutorial video. So guys, today we are going to use our current logged in user. Right now our user is logged in, but we didn't display his name. So first let me display his name on the top here in navigation bar, so we can check who the user is logged in. And right now we have the logout and login functionality and our blog functionality. So guys, now we are going to use our current login user to register our blogs. So first what we are going to do is, let me go back in our app, and in base file what we are going to do, we have to show the current logged in username. So for that we are going to use this, and we can name let me just use normal instead of this. User dot username, and here we are back admin. So this is user's name, right? So for that we have to do another thing as well to display it clearly. P dot class its link. Let's have a look again now. It's still same, I think so. Then we should change it to what the so it's class, sorry, P nav link. So now it's much better in a row. So guys, that's it for this, and now we are going to just add more functionality. So right now we don't have any field where we are going to say that this is our current logged in user. So for that what we are going to do is, we have to import from django.contrib .auth.models. From authentication models we are going to import our users model, and here is it. So for users details we have to make a field. For example, blog user, we can say blog user, and this field will keep the record of all the users who is going to post the blogs. For example, we are going to put some blogs from user 1, the admin one. There will be with admin's public primary key, and other one will be on with others primary key. For right now, if we go into our folder project, and if you click on our database auth users browser, so right now we have two users. One is admin and other one is with the name of Hamad. So right now admin is logged in, and let's keep the functionality. Okay, so models dot foreign key. Okay, so foreign key, inside that we are going to specify that this is users model, the one we have imported, and after that we have to specify that on delete model dot cascade, right? So if anyone is going to delete the user, okay, from the database, then each record or according to that user, or either we are going to perform the functionality for the blogs, that blog should be deleted as well. Okay, so let me just name it now verbose name, and the name will be blog user. Okay, here we go. That's it. Let me run the migrations. Right now we have, let me put okay, Python managed run server, make migrations, provide a one-off. Okay, so now we are going to pass the value 1 cause we have some of the blocks in our database table. If we go, okay, just look at this first. There are two IDs, 1 and 2. Okay, 1 is for admin, 2 is for Hamad. So guys, let me now go back to our blog app blogs. So inside that, right now we don't have any field for our user, but we have some blogs inside that. So for that, for all the previous record, we have to specify any user. Okay, for that we are going to say these posts are made by admin, so 1, and here we go, make migrations. Now let me run migrate. Okay, cool, run server, and if we refresh our this table, here we go with the IDs. Even we can change it as well. So guys, this is for our database table, and if we come here, now the thing is we have the functionality to store our blocks, and we can just make something to display who has posted this. Okay, which page is this blog list? So for that, let me close this page is blog list. So blog list, this open the HTML page, and here we can specify small. Okay, inside that span author. Okay, so span we can import blog user, the field we have created in our models, this one. So that's it. Let me have a look again. So okay, cool, this is done, but small span, just a second, we can add the break and it will be separated. Okay, cool, here we go. Color issues. Okay, no worries, we can fix that later. So now if you see, here is the details for the blocks, and if we go click on this, we can even specify that who is the author of this blog. So for that, now we have to go on blog page heading. This is the heading, and inside that, let me just put span and blog user. Okay, let me just cut this from here, and we can put that at the end, posted by or post by. Okay, let me have a look again now. Post by admin, right? That's cool. Even we can use his first name or last name, and if we log out, and let me log in with other user Hamad, and password, hope so this is the password, no password, Hamad. I forgot the password, so let me have a new user, Sarhan, last name, email address @gmail. Okay, user registered, if you come here and you see, still we have the functionality that we can delete others blocks as well, but we have to remove this. Okay, and first let me add the functionality to add new blocks with the current logged in user. So for that, what we are going to do is where is our blog page? Blog, new blog. Okay, let me just close this URL. This is our function. Okay, on the top, this one. So guys, what we have to do inside this is we are going to make a new variable. For example, we can say data is equal to form dot save. Inside that we are going to use commit false. So after that, there is other thing we have to perform. Data dot blog user is equal to we have imported okay, request dot user dot id. Here we go, and after that we can say data dot save. Okay, so guys, just we have added two more lines so that right now we have all this data we are getting from our blog, right? Blog title, description, but we are not getting our current logged in user. If we make a drop down list such that the current person, the one who is logged in can select, but in that case even he can select the other name as well. So instead of that, we are not going to put that here, but we can put that functionality on the backend. So we have just used form.save and commit false. That will not store the data yet, but it will create an instance. And now after that, we are what we have done is we are going to use our blog user. Okay, the other field we need to store the data inside that. And what we have done, request.user.id, the current used logged in user's id, and we have passed that to the blog user. And after that, we are going to save this. Okay guys, let's try to save a new blog. So for that, what we are going to do is Django. Let me just put this. Okay, let me copy and put it as a blog, and we can copy the description as well. Okay, just a second, we don't need enough. Okay, here we go. So guys, let me just okay, there is an issue. Okay, the blog could not be created because the data didn't validate. Okay, blog user okay, form dot is okay. Guys, in last video we forgot to put these colons, these brackets, and you can just put that as well to use it as a function. So that's it. And moreover, what we have to do is right now we have to save this blog user as a separate user. So for that, what we are going to do is inside this we are going to make it, we can't say it all fields. So now we are just going to use blog title and blog description. Okay, so here we go with this validation steps, and blog is valid. Okay, let's try this again. A blog user must be a user instance. Okay, for that we can use this as as we have imported this model user model. Inside that we can just try this. id is equal to request dot user dot id. So this will be a user instance. So now let's try this again, resend, and here we go, boom. And let me refresh, and if you see here we go with the blog id user. And if we go back to our model, users model, our id is 3, like Sarhan is currently logged in. So guys, this is the step how we can just register our new blogs with the current logged in user. And now if we click on here is the hell, man, why is this in? Okay, let's check out our blog list page. Blog title, save slice. Let me just cut this and try it again. That's fine now. I think that there is some issues with description. Slice, save. Let me just cut this slice first and try it. Oh, that's fine here as well. And if we put slice 30, put this 50, but here it shows the issue again. Let me just get this, save, and let's try this after this, save. Still the same slice. Okay guys, let's remove this at the moment, and we will check the other way to implement that. So right now we have our blogs, but the thing is right now it shows a read, update, and delete for everyone. For example, we haven't added that 3 blogs. Okay, we have only registered this blog, the one with our name, author Sarhan. So we should hide the functionality update and delete. So for that, what we are going to do is, inside the blog list author, these are the 2 buttons, these 2. Okay, so guys, the thing is, condition, we have to put a condition. If the current login user and the id of blog user is same, then this should be visible to us, otherwise it should not be visible. So for that, cause right now we are able to get this functionality for every blog, so we don't need that. So let me put if, and what we can say, if user dot id is equal to blog dot blog user. Let's have a look to this now. Check if blog user dot user id, we have to specify this, and let's try this again. Okay, cool, we got that. That's working fine. So now what we have to do is, if the user is logged in, means the current logged in users id is equal to blog user id, the one we have specified that field inside our models. So now inside that we are going to put this. So in this case, let me refresh, and here we go. Here we have that functionality. Okay, let's check. That's okay. Right now we can read this, but we can't edit this. Okay, so that's cool. But if we come to our own blogs, we can edit them as well. So this is good. Now the thing is, guys, for today, that's it. We are going to, in next tutorial we are going to make an image field, so such that we can add images in our blog as well.